a musical relationship slash friendship was born. Even with playing music on stage with other musicians, there has to be chemistry there, and at the same time, it's like you want to be able to have chemistry away from the stage as well. Because if you have chemistry away from the stage, your show and your stage presence and everything like that is
Yeah,
going to be
people
even
pick
greater.
up on it. Not just entertainment, what we do. We'll be talking to designers and entrepreneurs and people just trying to get their t-shirt brand popping. Whatever it is that you're doing, whatever your hustle is, this is Hustlenometry 101, and we're going to all get there together.
Shag Motown. So like I told you, I got these.
Yeah, yeah,
Jamming on the
Brandon.
board, sure.
Yeah,
So,
Brandon. Fine.
That's what it is.
Well, well, well.
Yeah.
Good evening out there in Facebook land. Good evening out there in YouTube land. Good evening regionally. Good evening nationally. Good evening internationally. Welcome to another installment, ladies and gentlemen, of the hottest new internet sensation that goes by the name of the No Shortcut Show. It is a pleasure to have you all in the house with us this evening. Thank you so much for taking a moment out of your day, out of your evening, out of your dinner schedule to come on in and to have an interactive chat with us. We're so excited to have you here. So if you got a plate of food and you got a beverage,
Yeah.
pull on up with it.
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday, July 19th. And man, we're blessed, we're humbled, we're highly favored, and we're glad to
Absolutely.
be in the midst, glad to, come before you guys yet another week and build and break some bread, share some strategies, and hopefully together we can help each other improve our individual businesses, our individual platforms, whatever your hustle may happen to be. So
Absolutely.
while I'm letting you all get a moment to come in and get situated, and
Yeah.
while you're taking a moment to definitely hit that share button, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and hit that share button. Let's get some watch parties started. And as we always say, and as we know, the more folks, the merrier. And we just love you guys' energy. Your energy helps us do what we
Yeah.
do. And we just
Definitely.
all here doing what we do, man. Before we proceed any further, I gotta
Yes.
introduce to you guys this gentleman to the left of the screen.
What's happening?
This guy wears many hats. He's a great guy, good friend of mine, wonderful dad.
Hey.
I hear he's a good cook too, but
Hey. You
thanks
add
for
something new to it every time. We got a couple
hey,
more hats every time.
yeah, man, absolutely.
I can
He's
cook a
all
little
he's a
bit.
For sure. Hey, we got to nowadays. We got to feed these kids. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But this guy is a digital media strategist, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
He's
sir.
an event coordinator. He's also the producer and co-host of this very platform, like I aforementioned, by the name of No Shortcut Show with
Hey.
Midas and Payne. And
Hey.
and and above all, my favorite title that he wears, and this is how we connected initially. He is a DJ, your
Yeah.
favorite DJ's favorite DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise at home while we make some noise on the screen for none other than DJ Famous, aka Travis Bizel,
Hey, hey,
in
hey,
the house.
hey. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. I hit the right horn this time.
There you
Hit the
go.
right horn.
Let Bobo get a break. He
You
with
let
the
Bobo.
union.
He with the union. Shout out to Miss Francis already in the
Yeah,
house. We do
mommy.
appreciate you with us. And
Yeah.
I'm, as usual, joined by my co host. He's a music
Uh,
director, a MC,
yeah.
host, keyboard player,
Uh-huh.
producer, chairman of the board, an
Yeah.
executive,
Yeah.
bucket hat wearer,
Bucket hat.
sunglass
My
homie.
bucket is flow. Yeah. Come on with it.
Say what's up, Jerry Midas Hardison. What's happening,
Yeah.
man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just a pleasure to be here today, man. We were just talking
Yeah.
about how we went ahead and got all our cooking out the way early so that we could feed the kids and we could
Yeah,
sit
man.
out and do our platform.
See,
So
I
I'm
mostly
I'm
do the thing. I do the thing a little different. Like my kids
what's up?
eat something different than what we eat. So I make, we
Ah,
make their dinner first,
Okay.
And then we make ours. So then we
Yeah.
have a few minutes to eat and relax without the
Yeah.
kids being all over. So
Hey,
that's how we roll.
your kids got it good.
Yeah, yeah. They don't have to eat what we eat. We just
Yeah,
we
yeah.
get
Hey,
down. So
it's all good.
we had
Back
a
in the
little.
day, you know how that used to go. You gonna
Yeah,
eat what's
yeah,
in this pot, so you can go to
yeah.
bed hungry.
That's true. Yeah, we learn which battles to fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand. Different strokes, different folks. You
Yeah,
know,
for sure.
the most important part is they're eating.
Yeah, yeah, they're eating for sure. And some days we'll all eat the same thing, but
Oh yeah,
some
I know
days
how it is.
they're not gonna get down with the salmon. Or
Oh
sometimes
yeah,
they do.
yeah, yeah. Because it smells funny, the
Yeah,
kids. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But it's healthy and
exactly.
it's
It sure
delicious.
is. It sure
There's
is.
some
But
things
we try.
in the quiet taste. But digressing real quick, my mom was disappointed she didn't get a chance to. Yeah,
Yeah, you
yes,
had
you
to
all
eat
had
what
to
I
eat what
cooked.
I cooked. That's
That's why you
right.
had to eat what she cooked.
Then you
That's
get
how I
that.
had to do it too. That's how I had
And
to
then
do
if
it
you
too.
was too hungry before the meal got finished, you had to eat a mayonnaise sandwich. You know what I'm saying? To hold
Yeah,
you over till the meal got finished. You
yeah,
know?
buddy. I remember
Yeah,
them
but
days too.
thankful for that, man. It makes you like times like that make you appreciate what you're able to do
Yeah.
today. So those times like that build character, man. They build patience. They build so many intangible things that often go under the radar. But I'm
Yeah.
so thankful for all of that, man, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well-rounded gentleman you got here. Hey,
yeah,
if you're joining us, say what's up. Say something in the
yeah.
comments. Let us know you're here.
Say
Hey, Miss
hello,
Florence, how you
guys.
doing?
That's my aunt Florence. She was in
Hey.
Paisley too. So,
Okay.
so my mom was disappointed a little bit that
Right.
she didn't get to meet you. My mom and my aunt, those same very two right there.
Yeah.
They were looking forward to meeting you after the show, but I know you told me later on that you had to
Yeah.
slide out a little early
Yeah, we
and
had to
whatnot.
slide out quick. We had a little emergency. We had to slide out real quick. We didn't get a chance, but I saw your mom when we first got there. We got there a little early, and we
Mm,
were just talking. I was just telling my wife Emily. I was saying, Jerry, when we saw your uncle, the
yeah,
sheriff. We saw him. I
yeah.
pointed
Shout
him out.
out
I was
to
like, yeah, that's Jerry's uncle.
yeah,
Running for he's the sheriff. And
running
then
for
I was like,
reelection in
I was like, yeah,
November.
and I'm pretty sure some more people in his family will be here because it was in Payson. It was so close to home
Yeah,
for you. I was like, I'm
absolutely,
pretty sure his family will be here too. And I was complimenting you. I was saying, your family. I was like, his family
absolutely,
really
man.
supports. They really come out, and even on our show every week, his family really
Yeah.
makes a good representation. And then no lie, about a minute later, I see your mom walk across the front of the
Okay.
lawn right by the stairs. Like, oh, there's his mom right there. And
Yeah.
then everybody had on the Sheriff
Yeah.
Dixon T-shirts and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's his
Yeah.
mom right there. And then I saw your dad, and I was pointing them out
I
to
had to
to Emily.
run back over.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that
y'all
was the
clean? You good?
intention. You freeze
Okay.
for a second. That was the intention. After
Okay.
the show, I was gonna walk over and introduce myself so we can meet in person finally.
Absolutely.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we had to
Yeah.
run out. We had to run out real quick. So next time for
Oh
sure.
yeah. There'll be another time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw my dad last. I think I had already came spoke to you guys, went on stage, and then
Hmm.
came back off the stage and ran over and spoke to my dad real quick because I know
Yeah.
he wasn't gonna stay for the duration.
Okay.
So I ran right quick over there, speak to him, give him a hug, and I'm right
Yeah.
back up. But that's the cool thing, man. Like when your family comes out. I think I posted on Instagram a
Hmm.
couple days ago. It's really nothing like performing for those people who are your family because they knew you had talent and they helped nurture that talent before the
Hmm.
world
Yeah.
knew you had. And so when you can kind of full circle come back around and perform for them, man, it's
Yeah.
the most fulfilling thing. And they all smiles. I think I trust and believe they had a great time,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
think I think they
Oh, it was a
enjoyed
good
seeing me,
time.
yeah, in my element, do
Yeah.
what I do, and and it's a world renowned group. Speaking of the chairman of the board, that I have the pleasure, to be the music director for, who I have the pleasure to tour with, and I'm, as mom says, you have to rub your eyes sometimes,
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. I was thinking about because we were talking about it, during the show. And Emily was asking how long had it been since you guys have been with the chairman, and we
Yeah.
remembered one of our first dates when we first got together was to see one of your shows when you were in York one
Okay.
evening, and it was still I think that was still when Brandon wasn't in the chairman yet. He
He
was
was the
in the
leading
he
executive.
was leading the executive. So we
Yeah.
saw that show, and that was, I mean, that was almost 10 years ago now. So I
Yeah.
was
Was
like,
that
yeah,
indoor or outdoor? I'm
it
trying to
was
remember.
indoor at that theater
It was
in
at
York.
Sylvia's. Sylvia's. Okay.
Yeah,
We actually gonna be back out in York in August too for Summerfest. I think August 27th. So they're
cool.
gonna have a car show and all of that good stuff. So
Yeah,
I think we're closing that out. Oh, okay. Glad you guys had a blast. Love you
yeah,
guys. My Aunt Florence and
yeah,
of course Mom. Love you guys. Appreciate
for
all
sure.
that you guys do to show your support and everything for
Yeah,
us. So yeah,
absolutely. It was a good show,
beautiful
man. We
thing.
went out there, and I wanted my homeboy to see because so my boy, I don't know if I told you this, but my boy Brian, he lives in New York still, but we grew up
Okay.
together in high school. He was like literally my best friend throughout high school.
Okay.
And then, I moved here 20 years ago, but he's still in New York. And then he ended up reconnecting with a girl that went to high school with us. She was a couple years older, but we went to high school together. They ended up reconnecting somehow, through social media and stuff. And
Yeah.
she lives in Pageland. I mean,
Oh
she grew
wow.
up, she grew up with us, but she lives in
Uh huh.
Pageland now because she went into the military and then she settled in
Yeah.
Pageland. So even when I was still living in Rock Hill, he would come down whenever he was coming down to visit her,
Mhm.
or she would go visit him. They would spend their year that way. He'll come down a few times a year. She'll go up
Yeah.
there a few times a year, and then they end up getting married.
Okay.
So they're married now, and he's moving down here at the end of next year permanently. But
Oh,
until then, he's still kind of commuting back and forth a little bit.
uh-huh.
So it's just so funny that we grew up together, and now
Yeah.
I'm in Kershaw, South Carolina, and
Yeah, I
he's gonna
see.
be 15 minutes away from me still. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
just
that's
crazy.
crazy. Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
crazy. But you never know how life, the twists and turns of life, man, and
yeah,
like even what is X amount of miles away from New York City,
yeah,
a childhood friend ends
yeah.
up in the same area. That's
In
just
the
the way, and it
same area.
must be meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So every time he is in town, we try to get up a little bit, and then I knew because they live like 5 minutes from where the festival was. So I was like, I just hit him up,
Okay.
say, "Yo, you in town this weekend?" So he came through. You didn't meet. He came in after you started, so you didn't get a
Okay.
chance to meet him. But yeah, he loved it too, man. He said it was a good show.
Yeah.
Y'all brothers
Yeah. And
did.
I gotta say thank you to the wonderful staff in Pageland, South Carolina, who was so hospitable towards
Hmm.
us. The people who were in charge of setting up the event and in charge of looking out for the entertainment. We
Yeah.
had plenty of food. We had some watermelon tea. It
Yeah.
was the watermelon festival.
Yeah.
Everything was watermelon.
Yeah.
So we
Absolutely.
had some watermelon tea. They gave us all types of pizza, and there was a homemade peach cobbler that was still warm. And
Oh,
they gave everybody who wanted a watermelon to
yeah.
take
Y'all
with them.
got the red carpet treatment for
The
sure.
red carpet treatment. And
Yeah.
shout out to my uncle James
Yeah.
Dixon, who's the current sheriff of Chesterfield County. He's up for reelection in November, and we coordinated. We
He got the
coordinated.
coordinate.
We got to coordinate. We coordinated where he could introduce the band on.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was a good time, man. We had a wonderful time, and
Yeah, man.
from Friday night, we were supposed to play in Albemarle, but the rains, on the way up, the
Hmm.
rain started happening. We still were blessed to be compensated for that. It was the
Nice.
the weather clause. As long
Yeah.
as you
Yeah.
show up,
Little,
amen, somebody.
you got a little force majeure.
Yeah, but I needed that rest though,
Yeah.
man, because I had to get right back up for Sunday morning and do
Okay.
church, and then
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon we rode out to Holden Beach, which is about 4 hours away. But that
Mm.
show in Holden Beach was only an hour and a half for their
Hmm.
concert series, so it was a 6:30 to 8 o'clock. We didn't even have to use lights on Sunday night,
Yeah.
so gravy, gravy.
Yeah, man.
And
That's
only
a
one this weekend, so on Saturday. So I'm just getting my bearings, catching my breath this week.
yeah, yeah. That's a busy week, man. When we was there, I was even saying I wish your uncle could run for sheriff of Lancaster County.
Yeah, he might have to do that next after 8 years, right?
Yeah, come on up to Lancaster County,
He
man.
probably have to move though, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll figure that
Yeah.
out. Let us get these next 4 years out the way,
Yeah.
then we'll figure that part out. They say we cross that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. We'll be glad to have him. I will run his campaign for him.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? The crazy thing is, and the good thing is that it's all the family runs it. My mom, my
Hmm.
aunt, his wife,
Yeah.
they spearhead. I remember the first go around. I was able to come in. Mellow Groove came in, did some stuff to help, get the awareness out. And then I remember spending a day at PD Baptist Church. We all on the phones with family, other friends, and calling people. There was some people going out
Hmm.
in their vehicles, picking up people, taking them to the polls. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, yeah. So the
That's the way to
family,
do it,
man, the
man.
family
Yeah.
spearheads the movement.
That grassroots style right there, man.
Got to, man. It's the
Yeah.
best way. It's the
I
best
love
way.
that, man. So that
Hmm.
really, what we've been talking about, kind of sparked what I wanted to discuss tonight. Anyway, just
Okay.
experiencing that as I was telling that story to my wife and my homeboy, and with your family being there, and just I just started to and we've talked about it on the show a few times,
Yeah.
just how important it is to have that support system behind you, whatever your endeavor is. When you're trying to
Hmm.
do something that may be against the normal grain of of a plan, but you're trying to go out on your own and do something different that might take a little bit of extra time, a little extra
Hmm.
bread. You might have to make some
Yeah.
sacrifices here and there. It's really important that you have that support system behind you,
Absolutely.
from your
Absolutely.
family, from your loved ones, or from the people that live with you and things like that. And I
Hmm.
just I just found that to be super important. Like, it makes a world of a difference when
Yeah.
you can chase, that thing that you're trying to accomplish without
Hmm.
having to worry about if your people behind you are like, oh, here you go again,
Right.
that kind of thing, man, and they're really
Absolutely.
supporting
Makes a world of difference, man. And
you. Yeah.
so so when you mentioned that to me today, I did I did some little combing around because
Hmm.
I wanted to try to set this up properly. So we want to discuss tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the importance of a having a support system, a good
Yeah.
support system
Yeah.
in place. And that relates to business, of course, but it also pertains to real life things.
Hmm.
The importance. So if you guys in the chat, you feel free, to hop in and comment as we go along. But the first thing I did was I looked up the definition of support and I looked up the definition of system. So I'm gonna
Okay.
do that right fast. Go through a few little
Yeah.
bullet points of the definition. So
Okay.
first we're going to start with support. The definition of support is to uphold or defend as valid or right, to argue or to vote, to assist or to help.
Hmm.
Let's see, to pay the cost of. We don't mind if somebody want to pay the
Yeah.
cost to be a boss. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
That's support.
Yeah, and to provide a basis for the existence,
Hmm.
to hold up or serve as a foundation or prop for, and also to maintain the price of by purchases, to keep something going or to keep from fainting, yielding, or losing courage.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
I
right.
love that.
So
I
that
love
was
that.
support.
That's support.
And system.
Hmm.
System is basic. So a couple of definitions for the word system. A set of things working together as parts of a mechanism or an interconnecting network, a set of principles or procedures according to which something is done, uh, an organized framework or method.
Hmm.
So all of those things collectively define what a support system is.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like as we go through day-to-day life, not only business, but a support system is very important. And like you said, the support system could uh, could consist of many different branches for per se. Like you mentioned, family,
Hmm.
and I think that's that's the foundation of any support system is
Hmm.
definitely family. And before we get specific, we talk about other groups that could be a part of support system. People from your church could be a part of your support system. Your
Absolutely.
friends could be a part of your support system. People who do the same type of business or service that you do
Mm-hmm.
could be part of your support system. Not only that, the people who you serve or the people who are your clientele are part of your support system. And
Yeah.
and and it may be other pieces that I'm just not getting into directly. I'm just coming off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But all of these things interconnecting and working together provide that support that we need. Again, not only just from regular day to day life, but we
Mm-hmm.
need that support in business. And then I think most importantly, the people who support you hold you up, right? But they also keep you accountable,
Yeah.
also hold
Yeah.
you accountable. So it's not always about what they can tangibly do for you, right?
Right.
Sometimes they just provide keeping you honest and keeping and holding you accountable to what
Yeah.
it is that you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
For instance, using my family as an example, um, having them support me, I know I gotta be on my A game, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. So and that's not just podcasts, that's not just music, that's with me being a father, with me being a son, with
Mm-hmm.
any role that I play, my family is involved.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps me be a better version of myself,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
something
So
they
it's
can get behind.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
said,
And then again,
coming with your A game. So like for
absolutely.
example, when I first met my wife, she told me this after the fact that she knew who I was prior to us meeting, but
Yeah.
she never would have talked to me, or she didn't think she would because I was a DJ, and she thought I was just I was DJing in a bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She thought that was my only gig, like just DJing in a bar, and that's not something I want to,
Yeah.
if that's your only job, just DJing in a bar and being around
Yeah.
cigarettes and beer, until three
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning. She never, then
Right, right,
when she found out I had another job, but
right.
you know, coming with like you said, coming with the A game. Once she
AJ.
sees actually what I do,
Mhm.
and then how it migrated to the wedding business and things like that,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
because you don't even DJ in the bar
yeah,
no more,
exactly,
and that's
exactly,
and that's all part of the growth. You have to start somewhere. You have
right,
to go where opportunities present themselves.
right,
Not only opportunity for you to do what it is you do, but you want to be compensated for what you
yeah,
do.
yeah,
Then you build, and you keep you grow and you build upon that, and then you can shed some of those initial layers,
exactly.
and you don't have to be confined to
Yeah.
that
So once
that
she knew
that
what the plan was, she knew what the plan was. It wasn't going to be, I wasn't going to be 45 years old DJing in the bar for $150. You know what I'm
right, right,
saying? You
right,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
But yeah, but that
yeah,
support,
but
even during that time, that support was very important because I didn't have to worry about, every time I pack up to go, it's going to be a problem kind of thing.
right,
So
right,
that was just from the significant other standpoint, that's super duper important. But even like you said, even from peers, man, I got a quick story. This dude in one of
sure,
my DJ groups had posted just the other day that he doesn't DJ full time. He has a full time job, just like I did for so many years.
uh,
And he said that his job is doing layoffs, so he might have to look into taking his DJ business into full time for him. And
okay,
he was a little down about it, it seemed, but just kind of in a shedding some light on it. But
yeah,
everybody in the group was like, "Bro, don't worry about it. This is probably exactly what you
a
needed.
blessing,
It's a
yeah,
blessing in this." That's what everybody's telling him. It's a blessing in
mhm,
disguise. This job was probably holding you back from taking your business and your passion full time
yeah,
because you were kind of using it as a crutch kind of thing. Now, this might be just a push that you didn't know you needed,
yeah,
and
and you
just
guys
that.
are being a support to him,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. So
so
and that and I'm sure he was getting some support at home as well, but when he came into the group with that, everybody was just super positive. Nobody's like, "Hey man, you better start looking for a job." It was like,
yeah, yeah,
"No, this
yeah,
is if you do this full time, this is
yeah,
what you love to do. This is what
come
you
on
love to
under the
do."
umbrella,
Yeah.
yeah, and so support is also for your mental health, your spiritual health,
Yeah.
and your finance or material benefits.
Yeah.
So support is many things.
Yeah.
But just knowing that people are there for you,
Yeah.
is it trumps everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. So, and we need support in those different different areas, whether it
Mm-hmm.
be for your mental health. In his case, he could have been panicky and stressed, like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
gosh, but then you guys being there probably calmed his mind down and gave him a different perspective. Like, you know
Yeah.
what, this could be a chance for me to really um, dive headfirst into what I'm passionate about, which is
Mm-hmm.
which is DJing, and I got a
Yeah.
group of DJs here in this group that can help guide me through because granted, how many people, you may not, you don't have to give me a specific number, but just hypothetically saying, how many people in your DJ group have already been through that,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys being there for him could give
Mm-hmm.
him a different perspective
Mm-hmm.
on how to look at that, and also keep him calm,
Exactly.
going through
Yeah.
the process, and just that little thing right there is huge. It's
Yeah,
huge, man.
man. It's super
Somebody,
important to surround yourself with people that share your passion or share your passion for passion. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, even if
yeah,
they're not a DJ or even if he's not a musician, but they share your passion for the things that you're passionate about and they can help support you mentally, like you said, or
hmm
support you financially by supporting your business or, partaking in whatever it is, or
yeah,
even just supporting you like we did for Homeboy, just supporting you virtually. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's very
absolutely,
important. It's very
yeah,
important because
yeah.
like you said, a lot of other DJs in that group have been through it, me including, not laid off, but still making that decision
Transition, yeah,
to go full time and what that's going to look like to leave this guaranteed job,
I
this
tell you,
guaranteed check that I hate,
yeah,
and to start doing this thing that I love a little
hmm
bit more. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
it took some definite support to be able to help me make that decision from other DJs who've done it and from my
hmm
home base. My home base
yeah.
was like wanting me to quit my job a long time ago. You know?
Oh man, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And there's a saying that says, "No man can survive on an island
Hmm.
alone." So you know, if you guys know somebody who have survived on an island alone,
Yeah.
feel free to have them call in, or come in the comments or
Yeah.
something. But that's the thing. No
Pause.
man can say, because you need other people, and then being around other people, those people bring some sort of resources to the table, or some sort of something to the table.
Yeah.
And more importantly, how do you gain support of others? And what I found is that how you gain support of others is you first show yourself willing to support them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
so you
Yes,
think you
sir.
think the guy who has the most friends,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the person who has a lot of friends, obviously first had to show themselves to be friendly,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
You can't not have a lot of friends and you're not friendly. It doesn't
Hmm.
work.
Yeah.
So the best way, or the most unspoken way to garner support from others, is to show support to others yourself.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
And then, and number two to that would be surrounding yourself with the right people.
Oh yeah.
Because we all have had it. We all still have it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
know
What we
some
talking about
people.
now? For
We know.
before I agree.
We know. We know some people that don't necessarily have your best
Oh
interests,
yeah.
and they're not necessarily looking for you to succeed, and they're acquaintances or used to be friends, or they get the side eye kind of thing, or
hmm
they laugh with it and then laugh at it, if it don't
Yeah.
work kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Surrounding yourself with the right people will definitely add to that
Yeah.
positive support around you, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. And so, which means always keep your inner circle to a minimum. Some
Yeah.
people can support from a distance, and because they're supporting you doesn't mean they have to be in the inner circle. And
Yeah.
it's always easier to carry around 4 quarters as opposed to 100 pennies. You know what I mean? I'd rather
Yes.
let me get 4 quarters. Let me get four
What
individuals
you
of 25 cents.
you must be
You
a
know,
rapper, man.
hey,
You
you
got
know,
some punchlines coming
yeah, that's
today.
the bar right there, ladies
That's
and
a
gentlemen.
bar
Y'all can
for
have this
sure.
one for free. It's easy to carry around 4 quarters. Give me four individuals who
Yeah.
are 25 cent worthy, as opposed to 100 individuals who 1 cent
Yeah,
worthy.
exactly. And that don't even mean everybody can't come to a show, right? And I'm if you can't come to my show, I'm okay with
Oh,
that. We're not
yeah,
going to be
yeah,
not
yeah.
friends because you can't come to the show. I travel,
Nah,
you travel. I'm all over.
yeah,
Most of my stuff is private. You can't come anyway. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right,
your
right.
stuff is all up and
All
down
up
the
and down
coast.
the
You know what I'm
road.
saying? Up in London. So your
Yeah,
friends and
yeah,
family can't come to all that stuff. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Shout out
So
to
support.
2018. Yeah, shout out to 2018 over there in the UK
Yes,
for 2 weeks.
sir. So
But yeah,
support
I mean,
don't mean you have to purchase my product or you have to come
yeah,
to my show. That's not what support means. You can
yeah,
still say, "Hey, man, I see what you're doing. Appreciate that. I like it.
yeah,
I like that. I took
yeah.
5 minutes and hit that.
Watch the video. Yeah,
Watch the
yeah. Watch.
video, or hey, I like what you had to say there, or whatever, man." Or
Yeah,
even recommending to someone else, "Hey, I ain't going, but you said you're gonna be in Virginia.
right.
I know some people
Yeah.
in Virginia.
Share
Let me
that with
tell
my
my
people up
folks.
there.
Let me tell my
Yeah,
folks you're
that's
gonna
what
be
it's.
up there."
Yeah.
You
So
know?
that's another angle. Like, how do you show support, right? So
Yeah.
you said you could. Hey, appreciate it, Auntie
Yeah.
Flo.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, But like, so we can show support. Like you said, we could, if we can show up for these events and things. If
Hmm.
we're able to, we can show support by our presence. If not, we could, like you said, you can share events with other folks that you may not be able to make it to
Hmm.
certain things, but you can share it with others, or even, and I see you do this even with guests that we've had on our show. They may post something. You'll share the post. You can share a post. That's showing support.
Yeah.
So it leaks over into the virtual aspect
Yeah.
of things as well. But anything that you could do to show some love, or just let someone know, hey man,
Hmm.
I see you doing your thing, or we here for you if you need anything.
Right.
All of that,
That's the other
all
side
of
of
that.
it. Yeah, I see. If
Yeah,
you might be going through something, because some people like to, post, things to because they're going through something.
right,
Hit a brother up and say, "Hey, man, I see. I think you might be going through something. Or I saw you. I
right.
saw you just posted about your job doing layoffs, man. I'm
Hmm.
thinking about you. Stuff like that. Or
Yeah,
even from your home base. I know you had a long day at work today.
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know how was that? Just talk to your people. Just talk to your
yeah.
people. Let them know
Uh,
that you care about what they care about. And
hmm.
when you're not feeling good, they not feeling good, and vice versa. When you feeling
Yeah,
good, hey, how was that? How was
yeah,
that? Tell me about
absolutely,
it. Support your
absolutely.
family, support your friends and your loved ones and the people that live in the house with you. It's very
Hmm.
important to have that support system, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I
was
just thought
really
about.
good.
Go ahead, my bad.
Now, I was just gonna say, I was just really thinking about that more and more over the weekend. Like I said,
Hmm.
after what I saw, with your family, and what I've been seeing, since we've
Yeah,
been doing this endeavor with your family, that's a really, really tight
yeah,
support system. Your mom, your sister, your brother, your aunt, everybody's up in
yeah,
here, really supporting what we're doing, and they support what you do, and I really appreciate that, and
yeah.
I wanted to
I'm
shed
blessed.
some light on that
Yeah,
to everyone else. Like this is this is how you can help your creative friends, your musician friends, your salesman friends, whatever, your poets, your photographers. This is
yeah,
how you can, just be there for them, just support them
yeah,
one way or another. Let them know I like that. Hey, you posted
yeah.
that
So
picture the other day of that picture you took. That was a cool picture. It's just something.
yeah,
Support your people.
absolutely. Yeah. So, and I'm really blessed, man, to come from the family structure that I come from. I wish
Yeah,
everybody could
sure.
could have what I have, but at least what we can do is inspire others
Yeah,
from that see how we maneuver and how we
yeah,
support each other. So,
yeah. Let's
yeah.
be
So
the
we can.
change. We could be the change.
Yeah,
Because even last week with Voice B was talking about that with his family,
yeah,
how they
yeah.
really,
Support it, man.
and then V Keys and Brandon,
Yeah,
same thing. Their family really supported them, and they wanted to be in the music business. I'm
yeah,
sure especially back in them days, people were saying, "Oh, you better go get a job, go get a degree," that kind of thing, which they still
yeah,
did, but
yeah.
still chasing their music aspirations as well. It really
Mhm.
takes a support system to be successful at anything like that.
Yeah, and that
Anything like
family
that.
support is probably the biggest
Yeah.
ingredient in the recipe.
Hmm. Yeah.
you know, at least to get to a certain place. You're
Hmm.
not saying you can't get there without support of family, but I bet you support of family makes it a little easier.
It really does. It really does.
Mhm,
Because, like we said,
mhm,
then you don't have to worry about having to explain yourself and having to
mhm.
worry about what somebody's feeling about what you're doing because you had 3 gigs in a row. You know, that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
man,
So,
yeah, and and
w-
and 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 to be successful means
mhm.
to be busy. You
Yeah,
can't be successful and not have nothing to do. Mom
absolutely.
says, yes, we want to inspire others with our lives and the love that we have
Yeah.
for each other. That's a fact.
Absolutely. Let's keep doing that. Let's keep doing
That's a
that for
fact,
sure.
man.
Supporting
Yeah,
each other. Have a
yeah,
strong support system. If you're out there building a brand, doing a hustle, just surround yourself with the right people. That's where it
yeah.
starts. And like you said,
And that's
just you be a
yeah,
support to someone.
yeah. Be a
You know.
support to someone. And
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. I was in the grocery store earlier today and I
Yeah.
had my little probably $1.35 worth of groceries and the
Mhm.
express lane wasn't open and there was a
Yeah.
lady standing behind me with some bread and she said, "Excuse me, sir." And I looked. I said, "Yes." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "Do you mind if I check out before you? I just got this bread and the express lane isn't
Yeah.
open." I said, "Oh, yes, ma'am. Go right ahead." I said, and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much." I say, "Well, I might need a favor from somebody today."
That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and plant my seed while I
Yeah.
have an opportunity.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
so yeah. So I mean, that's my mindset.
Yeah.
That's my mindset. Like, granted, I would let her go anyway.
Even
I
if
mean,
she
I
didn't
just
ask, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't see her, I was still and then she was like, "Excuse me, sir," blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But the type of person I am, of course. And you're a woman, I have a mother,
Yeah.
right? And I think about all these things. You're a woman, I have a mother, I have a
Mhm.
sister. So that's the mindset I operate from. And
Mhm.
then above that, I was thinking, I'm gonna do a good deed because I may need a good deed. I
Yeah.
may not need it today, may not need it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It might be a year or two, but
Or
I'm gonna
or your
put
mother
I'm
might need a favor.
yeah, yeah, you go, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Ma, we gonna have them carry your groceries to the car, even if it's just a loaf of bread. Hey, somebody
Yeah.
carry this out for my mother,
Yeah.
please.
Exactly.
I'll cash app you on
Exactly.
the back end if you
Yes,
need it,
sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, and then the other thing, like you said, that can also come from church, man. You can find support if you're looking for someone to talk to or just
Yeah.
unload on, and you don't have that within your inner circle right now. That's not built up the way you want it to be.
Mhm.
The pastor got you.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
pastor
We all
got you.
need
Deacon
we
got
all
you.
need yeah, yeah. And find you good-natured,
Hmm.
passionate, kind-hearted
Yeah.
individuals, man. Those are the best people, and that have an element of spirituality about them.
Yeah.
Those are the best people to be around. I love talking to one of the deacons at church, man. I
Hmm.
know he loved me to death, and I don't say that arrogantly. I just say that because
Hmm.
I can feel it, and he takes time to talk to me.
Hmm.
He's in his 80s,
Yeah.
80 something years old. Shout out to Deacon Ira Lee Freeman and one of my most favorite people, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But yeah, just a kind-hearted,
Yeah.
genuine person, man. And I love breaking bread with him. So that just reminds me of the type of people that I like to be around. And
Hmm.
I think similar energies always find itself to be kindred for the most part.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. And if you
Yeah,
if you
man.
don't have that support system in yet, it's cool. It's not too late. Just hit us up.
Yeah. Hit
Hit
us
us
up. We can
up.
start here, and
Yeah,
that's
we can
one of the
start
things
here.
that we promote. We promote here, and that's one of the reasons for our platform. We share our platform to allow others to come on and tell about themselves, and
Hmm.
then as you come on the platform, or even if you're just watching in the audience, you can see, oh, you do this or you do that. It gives you a chance to
Yeah.
support people that are on the come up, and we're all on a still on a come up. We haven't reached our end point yet.
Hmm.
So we're all still on the come up, whatever it is that
Absolutely.
we're doing. So we
Always.
just wanted to use our ideas and our creativity in this platform as a means to reach back and share some knowledge, or we could just be the catalyst to spark conversations.
Hmm.
And if you get anything, if you get just one inklet of any. information from being here, then our job is done.
That's it, man. Absolutely. We hope to inspire the next, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I want to inspire the next,
Yeah.
music director or guy who can write
Yeah.
rhymes or
Hmm.
your keyboard player, whatever. And please be better than I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please be better than I am.
I
You know
think
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
I think it was Tupac said something like that. Like, I may not be the one to change the world, but that next one, the next one that
Yeah,
might be listening to me right now, might change the
yeah.
world. Might change the world, you
Absolutely,
know?
man. We just here to be examples, and
Yeah.
here to be used as canvas to create, because that's what we're passionate about.
Yeah.
Arts, and which audio is art as well. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
music, and that's my passion, man. Ever since I can, as far as I can think back,
For
that's what
sure.
I've always loved, even more than sports and, and
Yeah.
and anything else. As far as me having an outlet for expression and creativity, music was always that
Hmm.
that thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, speaking of music,
Speaking of,
do we want to tease what's happening next week on No
yeah, we,
Shortcuts live
we
at
can.
7 p.m. next Tuesday?
Yeah, who's still here? Anybody still
We
here?
still got a
Drop
few
us a
people in the
comment.
house. Yeah, drop a
We got a few
comment.
heads. All right,
Drop a
so
comment if you're still here. If you want to know what's been cooked up for next
yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah, with the herbs and spices.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
so well, we were on the road this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Even though we didn't play Saturday, we were still on the road, and so I threw it out to the chairman of the board, band leader, Ken Knox. Like, we got to have you on the
Hmm.
platform. He was like,
Absolutely.
sure, just tell me when.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
gonna come. Yeah, so yeah,
You next.
yeah, yeah. So absolutely. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna schedule him, and if he sees this, I mean, we talk almost every day or
Sure.
every other day, whether
Yeah.
on phone or text or whatever. But we're gonna go ahead and line him up for next week.
Yeah.
This week we
Line
didn't do
him
a
up.
guest. You gonna line him up?
Line him up. This man is a musical legend,
Hey, Debo
band
stalled
leader.
him out.
Line him up. He's
Yeah,
a
musical
musical
legend
legend and
of
a
Detroit.
podcaster now.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, we
sir.
all got our feet wet,
Hmm.
man. In 2020, with
Yeah.
That's My Story. It started out as a party chat, really, just
Yeah.
trying to be creative, and stay in touch with our supporters,
Yeah. It's your
our
support
friends, our
system.
fan base,
Yeah.
our supporters. Like,
Yeah.
because we couldn't go out and play, and we had a whole
Right.
bunch of dates on the calendar that just got wiped out
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
2020. So we took about 3 or 4 episodes to do a party chat with a few of the guys, and then
Yeah.
it just turned into its own show. We brought in Shelly Clark White,
Yeah.
from the Honeycomb, and they're
Honeycomb.
out doing their thing. They just left Vegas. They're
Hmm.
out performing right now, and
Nice.
she's the wife of Mr. Verdine White, who's the
Yeah. Yeah.
legendary bassist of Earth, Wind, and
Earth, Wind,
Fire.
and
Shout
Fire
out
for
to all
sure.
you guys, man. And they made 2020 all right being in the house. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, that's good. That's good news for sure. So next week, make sure you bring your popcorn.
Yeah, bring your peanuts.
Get in early. We going live at 7 o'clock, but go ahead and get on here. Bring your
Hmm.
questions. Get in the chat. Get live in the
Yeah,
chat for Ken Knox, chairman of the
yeah,
board for sure.
and it's probably gonna be, if y'all get the Ken that I know, it's gonna be a lot of laughs.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
Always,
yeah,
always a funny time, man.
yeah.
Always a funny
You you
time.
know you know right
Also,
where the you know where right where the rhythm at.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
man. That yeah. We're
yeah.
gonna have a good time. I already
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah, we'll have
So
a
yeah,
good time. We'll listen to his wonderful story, of course, and then we're gonna cut up with
yeah,
him a little bit.
yeah. He was born right there in Detroit, and
Hmm.
was around a lot of the Motown
Yeah.
artists and era. And he dipped and dabbed, and then met General Johnson.
Hmm.
Then became a part of the chairman of the board. Shout out to rest in peace, I should say, to General Johnson. Also
Absolutely.
rest in peace to Danny Woods,
Yeah.
who I had an opportunity to work with a little bit. But they all moved down here,
Hmm.
and started what we call beach music, and I'll
That.
let him explain all of that
Yes, sir.
next week.
It's gonna
And
be
we'll
awesome.
we'll chop it up. We'll
Yeah.
definitely chop it up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's gonna be exciting. It's
That's
gonna
gonna
be
be very
exciting.
exciting. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us tonight for this
Yes,
45-minute show.
yes,
We had
yes.
a
We
good
just
time, man. This was a good one.
man.
Make sure you comment still. If you're watching the replay, make sure you let us know in the comments.
Yeah,
We'll be watching the replay as well, so you can
yeah,
still
yeah. We go
chat
back
with
and
us
watch
in the
that replay.
comments. And then make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, because all the episodes will live on the YouTube channel after
I think I
Facebook
already-
kicks us off.
Yeah. Did I already drop it? I
Yeah.
dropped it in the pause. I dropped it in the
Yeah.
before you went live. Is
Yeah.
it still there?
Yeah, it's in the
Comment?
comments.
Okay.
It's in the comments.
Okay,
So make sure you
cool.
subscribe to that YouTube. Make sure you tell everybody, especially for next week. You know someone who knows someone, and they all love beach music. They love Chairman of the Board. So make sure they know we're getting the exclusive
Yeah.
Ken Knox
Ken Knox,
next
man.
Tuesday
Yeah.
at 7 p.m. Y'all.
Yeah. And man, and before we get out of here, just want to say thank you specifically to Mom. Thank
Yeah.
you specifically to my Aunt Florence for
Absolutely.
being here. And you guys lined right up with the topic for tonight, which is
Yeah.
how we can show support to each other.
Definitely.
And all those who came in and didn't comment,
That's okay.
shout out to you as well.
Yeah. Thanks for
And
being here.
Hopefully next week you get your nerves up a little
Yeah,
bit and
don't
can
be
say
shy.
hello. We
Don't
still
be
love
shy.
you.
We see you're here. We just don't see who you are. But just talk to
Yeah,
us
we
next
still
time.
love you the same, you know. And but yeah,
sure.
we wish you Godspeed to everybody. Y'all be blessed. We will be chairman of the board will be in Beaufort, South Carolina this
yeah.
Saturday. Please go to the www.thechairmanoftheboard.com for all of
Yeah.
our dates and touring information. Mellow Groove is a little busy right now, so I'm having to pass other things along. I got a
Mhm.
phone call to return after we get off here. I'm trying to get some people squared away. They got a opportunity for July 29th, and it's
Okay.
kind of last minute, but I'm trying to work it out for them. I know I can't participate, but I'm trying to get
Yeah.
a group of guys together to do the function for them. So we always working, man.
We're working
That's a
over
part
here.
of support too. If I can't do it, I'm passing it along to somebody who can he can get that plate of food I can't get. So to speak,
Absolutely.
you know?
That's
If I'm
a part
already
of it.
full and somebody handed me something, hey man, you
Yeah.
wanna eat? You hungry?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Get somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Shake and Blake, because we're good with that. We always pass stuff, back and forth. If I can't do it, he's the first name I give him is DJ Blake,
Gotta
and vice
do it.
versa.
And that's having a support system.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
even though you might not be able to do it, you have a support system of other DJs who you can just say, hey, I can't do this gig, but hey, man, if you're available, I'll have them get in touch with you. That
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Super
So,
important.
yeah.
Yo. That was it then.
Yeah, well, let me shout out my
Peace.
peoples right
Yeah.
fast before we get out of here.
For sure.
We got to shout out Praise and Faith, Gospel Shop. We got to shout out Smooth Sales. We got to shout out A Touch of Faith. We got to shout out the Hour of Power community. We got to shout out where else? The chairman of the board and the executives, Mellow Groove, DJ Famous. What we got
Yeah.
was FMG.
FMG Event Company.
FMG.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, event company.
Yeah,
And shout out to everybody out there who's watching, whatever your business or your platform may happen to be. We appreciate you to the utmost.
Yeah. You forgot something.
What else did I forget, man?
If
If anybody who I overlook, charge it to my mind and not my heart.
and not my heart.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace, y'all. Thank y'all. We run it back. Ken Knox next week, 7 p.m.
For
Love
sure.
y'all. One.